Welcome to the Tokyo Bay Tour Part 2. This part, I would like to explain about registration work from legislative side and action side. In Japan, there are three major enclosed bay sea where the environmental issues arise. Development caused serious environmental degradation in 1960s, especially on the water quality due to eutrophication. The total pollutant load control system has been implemented since 1979. The policy based on act published by national government and local government implemented. Quantitative target setting, technical guidance, and implementation has been supported. The total pollutant load control system has acted very efficiently more than 30 or 40 years even. Now, Tokyo Bay is reducing load and resulted surface nutrient concentration. Some actions are implemented simultaneously. For example, Port and Harbor Bureau, Ministry of Land Infrastructure and Transport implement cleanup operation for floating garbage collection by specially designed vessel, followed by a sea environmental rehabilitation project has been implemented. It is based on sediment rehabilitation measures such as sand capping or dredging. After that, Emirates challenged to create ecosystem by themselves. Many arguments for it arise. If we can create ecosystem or just restore it, many discussion has been made. In 2000, our eyes opened to see ecosystem as a whole system. Of course, it's not enough to see everything, but we try to do that. I will explain it details soon after by the Tokyo Bay Renaissance project. And now, our eyes open to global target, circular society, material recycle, carbon-free port, international network to the shifting to the LNGs. Let's get back to the holistic restoration. In 2003, after a cabinet decision made to start restoration of the sea as a restoration of the cities, a conference for decision-making has been established under the name of Tokyo Bay Renaissance Project. The conference agreed on to the 10 years action plan for Tokyo Bay Renaissance. It has 3 working groups for land measures, sea measures, and monitoring. Land measures working group has responsibility to enforce sewage system. Since Tokyo Bay's sewage was mainly combined system, so serious CSO has been occurs. 26 water recycle center has been operated and monitored under the working group and refurbished. Distribution of the COD has been changed these 20 years as a result. The water circulation patterns changed from barotropic to baroclinic, and total amount of COD also reduced. C major working group under the conference has responsibility to implement coastal restoration, including ecosystem and access of the people to the sea. Water circulation has been modeled or observed. Material cycling has been modeled and observed, and resulted distribution of cell cells has been observed. It shows gradient from the bay mouth to the inside. Ecosystem network is also tested by shortnet clam larvae network using the very sophisticated modeling and also the extensive work of the field. So all information has been integrated to decide a priority implementation area like this. The final working group, not least, is monitoring working group. They have the responsibility to monitor the change of environmental regime by the measures implementation. Not only the monitoring post, but also monitoring campaign has been started in 2008. It is only once a year, but all stakeholders contribute to grasping the more detail of the dissolved oxygen distribution in the bay. After 10 years, Tokyo Bay Renaissance Project comes into second phase. They add a new term, Edomae, into the target of the plan. Edomae means a catch of the Tokyo Bay, and stakeholder participation was enhanced by this term. So Tokyo Bay Restoration Public-Private Partnership Forum has been set. It is a voluntary forum. Everyone can join to the contribute on the bay restoration, and this forum and the conference having a close link together. Under the forum, there are many project teams. For example, monitoring project team joined to the Tokyo Bay monitoring campaign and helped to compile the result as a dissemination map through the workshop style discussion. Once a year, we publish the result map to the public audience. The next example of the project team is Tokyo Bay Festival project team. They organize a festival to promote, raise awareness, and draw participatory action for the people. This year, festival we do by virtual manner, but last year we have more than 100,000 people's participation in the festival. The more case studies from Tokyo Bay. In Yokohama area, there are remaining natural beach and constructed beach. They are standing very closely. Public action for eelgrass planting has been implemented by network of NPO and local students or schools, if you like. It works. Even squid hatch their eggs on the restored eelgrass bed. They becomes very, very popular now. Nevertheless, we had difficulty to collect seeds from Yokohama area this year since the heat of the water. So we had visited opposite side of the bay. There are vast remaining natural tidal flat called Banzu. Since it is a rich habitat of fish and shellfish, set net are used for recreational fishermen, and kids are learning how to roll a sushi by locally taken Norwich seaweed. Back to the blue carbon. The area is covered by a bit higher shoot density and biomass against national average. So it's quite healthy habitat we had. Another example from Yokohama. Another type of blue carbon exists. That is brown seaweed. We put the juvenile seaweed on the rope and hanging on the raft. And harvesting is a festival. It's funny. And Yokohama City office put certificate on the carbon offset for this project. In Chiba district, fishing courses for the families are organized by local residents and put data to the monitoring campaign of Tokyo Bay. The size of the gobies are very, very important information for assessing the wellness of the Tokyo Bay. And in Yokohama, real-time connection between classroom and field makes the more intensive ocean class to student. If you see the actual movement under the water real time, the student just open the eye very widely, even in a small plankton, and they start talking. It is very important things, isn't it?
So, I'm hoping to seeing you soon here in Tokyo. Thank you.